ahead.
Right.
Don't look
It's such a
ahead.
hard comparison because I love them both.
They're
Right.
both good. Yeah, they're both good.
Highlander wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unanimously?
No. Huh?
What's the
Oh.
ratio? Ratio it.
Jerry. Jerry's on MacGyver.
Single me out there.
Yep.
You didn't have to say it. Just say.
Do you want me to keep them anonymous?
I don't care.
Just
don't
say the
care.
numbers. That's all we
Alright.
can do.
Okay.
I don't
Just,
really
you can
care.
just say the numbers.
Okay. Highlander. All right. These next two, it just had
So
to.
close to my heart.
I know. It just had to. Anyway. Oops. I need to share screen.
Come on, Crocodile Hunter.
No.
What?
No.
Oh,
Go on.
MacGyver season 1.
Hey. There we go. Jeez.
Space, the final frontier.
Whoa!
These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
You're cheating. You're cheating.
It was not an easy choice.
This is unfair.
It is, right? That same thing.
Come on, AJ.
It's hard. I told you making this list was very, very
I
hard.
know, but this is unfair.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
There it goes. I keep remembering hearing this song all the time. Every time I watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Star Wars.
No, it doesn't.
This is Star Wars!
Shut up.
Well, Wheaton. There he is. Can I just give you my vote now?
Right?
I was about to.
Yeah, it's a. Oops, hold on. Stupid thing.
It's pretty easy.
Like I
It
think
is.
I think it's a pretty easy vote, but it's one of those things that it was really hard to put together.
But-
Like,
You want
Here's
to
the thing.
honor the original
yeah,
Here's the thing.
by
Yeah.
by voting for it.
The-
But
The original. Okay, so just music aside, right? Because I think that's the most powerful
yes,
factor, right, out of both these
Mhm.
intros.
It brings it out, yeah.
also Jean-Luc Picard.
So, because you don't really see any characters
Nope.
in any, you only see the Enterprise and you only see
Base.
space, and that's it.
Mhm.
So the original series created an iconic song
Mhm.
that to this day,
hmm
almost 70 years later,
yeah,
When did the first Star
people
Trek came
still
out?
recognize.
66, I think.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so 60 years later. So still people hear it and
Mhm.
recognize it. And that in itself is incredible, right?
Mm.
What?
Next Generation took an iconic song,
He's thinking.
reinvented it,
Mhm.
and made it another iconic song,
It's true.
Exactly.
which is almost impossible and unheard of.
Indeed. Very true.
So it one-upped itself, which is crazy,
Hmm.
right? I
Yeah.
think 30 years from now, we're gonna like people will hear Next Generation opening theme song and know exactly what it is.
Hmm.
Like that just blows my mind.
Yeah.
And I love how it I mean, of course the very beginning it's almost identical to the the original series, right? But even the next act, if you will, of the
Mhm.
song itself, I think it's the same notes just being played differently of the original do 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 do. It's the
Mhm.
same do 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 do, right? It's the same notes
Yeah.
just played differently to create another icon. It's crazy.
It's the same composer
Hmm.
Was it?
also.
Is it for the original series?
Wasn't it?
It's Jerry Goldsmith, right?
Isn't it go Jerry Goldsmith on both occasions?
I don't know. You checking that, mate?
I'm doing the original.
No. Please do.
I know for a fact that it was Jerry Goldsmith for Next Generation.
Right.
Okay, so well, hold on.
I
It
agree
just
with what
says
Nate said.
Star Trek
I
composers.
it's so beautiful that that the songs are so intimately connected, and one is an elevated version of the other.
Hmm.
And yeah.
Alexander Courage was the original composer
Oh,
of
okay.
the
And then
original
Jerry
Star
Goldsmith.
Trek. Jerry Goldsmith was the Next Generation,
Right.
with Alexander Courage also being credited
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah.
because I mean,
So.
obviously he did take part of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's why,
Yeah.
yeah, like you want to honor the original because it is the original and it's iconic. But yeah, I mean, Next Generation is an elevated version of what's already an icon.
Hmm.
And they've tried to do it since. I think even Deep Space was the same sequence of notes, just done in a different way.
And that's the thing between Deep Space Nine and Voyager, because all three of those were Jerry Goldsmith. The difference with those two is they're much more mellow if you listen to them. The
Oh,
thing
yeah,
with
for
this
sure.
this one is so much more upbeat,
Brass.
and it's like, oh yeah, it's like we're going into space, buddy. It's like
Well, right.
in those ones, it's like yeah. In the other ones, is like we're going into space, you know.
Yeah, man.
They're all high.
Yeah.
But then if you listen to some of the more recent ones, like, well, I mean, we're not going to mention Enterprise.
Yeah.
But
No.
it's been a long road
No, that
getting
one's off.
from there to here.
No, not that country music does not fit.
But no, even like Discovery and
What is
not
the new?
Picard, but the
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds,
Mhm.
which by the way,
It's good.
Strange New
I've
Worlds
I've only
also
seen the
good.
first two episodes, but
They're
Strange New
not
Worlds is
as
great.
great as Next Generation was, but I do love the homage that they both play
It's a great return
to
to
the
form.
original.
Yeah.
So let's take music out,
Ooh.
right? Let's just focus
Ooh.
on the visuals.
Ooh.
But
It's easy to compare that.
what honestly,
If you like the models or 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
either
I'm
models
gonna-
or 3D.
That's
Which
kind of
are re-
almost comparing the ships then, because I mean, in all honesty, I think the original Enterprise look is the coolest, in my personal opinion. Like the new
yeah.
Enterprise was just like so large, it just kind of looked a little off to me, and I thought the other one just. But again, I
They couldn't
digress.
make it bigger because it's the model. They have to hold
Yeah.
it. It could have been bigger.
Yeah.
And we can watch the reboot movies
Oh,
of the Star Trek.
whoa.
Is it almost the same?
Hold on.
It's very similar to the
Okay.
original. Yeah. What's up?
He's watching both at once.
I'm watching both at the same time,
They're
and
identical.
they're almost identical.
Mm-hmm.
Like the color of the planets and everything. Like the bodies that they're going past.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost identical.
Same area, I guess. Then.
He went to the same sector.
Yeah,
I had
same
no
sector.
idea.
Just a newer
I never-
generation.
I never put that together.
That's why it's called the Next Generation. It's just another chapter
Yeah,
of
it's
the
these-
new fleet.
the step
And
Is it
up.
because they're
this is
they're
a
leaving
ding,
Earth
ding,
at the same
ding.
you know?
Yeah, they're
both
leaving Earth. Yeah, in that sector. Yeah,
Oh.
that's probably a path in that sector for Earth. Past Earth.
Yeah.
Is Voyager same thing like that or no?
No,
Voyager
Voyager's
it goes-
pretty
No.
unique.
Yeah.
Voyager was going through shit,
Yeah. Because they got
but they were
lost.
also going through shit.
Yeah, yeah, they
Is
were. They
Is
were.
Voyager the one with Tig Notaro?
Yeah, I
No.
believe so.
No.
Kate Mulgrew,
Oh, yeah, the other
There's
some
Captain
ladies.
Janeway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voyager was 90s. Discovery was.
Oh, Discovery. She was in Discovery.
Discovery.
Yeah, Enterprise came after Voyager.
Yeah.
Which one was the bad one?
Enterprise.
A lot of people, yeah, agree that Enterprise was the
Enterprise.
weakest of
the
the
weakest,
bunch.
I would say. I would say it had its own interest.
Comparing Star Trek, yeah, that's probably
Which one was the weakest?
Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise.
After Voyager.
Came out in 2004, I think, is when it
Okay.
aired.
Yeah.
Because if you watch Voyager and go to Enterprise, it's like, what is this?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking
Hold
about
on.
Deep Space Nine.
I like Voyager.
No.
I watched it.
Voyager's
Yeah,
really
Voyager's
good. Really good. If
music
it, and it, and,
aside,
yeah.
music aside, Enterprise did have a really cool intro.
Yeah, the visuals were
It
more
was showing
crisp
the evolution.
Yeah.
It was the
But the f-
evolution
yeah.
of man, like mankind, and their journey into space. It
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
But you
Next
guys watched
Generation always
Picard
still gives
yet?
me goosebumps.
I watched like the first couple of episodes.
Okay, okay.
I never beat.
I watched it all.
Yeah?
All of it, even the
All
animated
of it.
series.
Oh.
Even the Below Deck one?
No, I mean the animated series.
Oh, okay.
The original 60s
Which
animated
was
series.
really hard
Oh.
to watch.
Yeah.
Did, did you play the game?
Oh, the original like point and click adventure game?
Yeah. Did you play that, Nate?
I played that. That was amazing.
Uh-huh.
That was really fun. Anyway, we're getting kind of sidetracked.
I know,
here.
it's not yeah. Anyways,
We could just do a
Voting
whole
time.
episode on
Voting
Star Trek.
time.
yeah.
Dude,
Cast your votes. Cast your votes. Eric, is that supposed to be? Oh, okay. Never mind. I see. You just I missed it. All right. It
I'll play
is
beginning.
Next Generation all the way through.
5 to
Unanimous.
0.
Yep. All right. These next two, just a little bit of a disclaimer. I'm pretty sure none of you have seen either of these, and the good reason why is because they are both Apple originals. So you would have to.
Oh, I
Get
saw some
Apple.
already.
Oh, okay. But they are both very good shows. I will say that.
Don't
But
say Severance.
Oh, you have SG1. That's fine.
all right, here we. Oh shoot! I need to share my screen. Here we. Dang it. Go.
Welcome to Sesame Street. Oh. Foundation. I only watched one episode. It's so slow at startup, but it got there after the end of the first episode at least. The intro's really nice. I like it.
Quiet, Eric. Wait. Is Anne Rain Foundation?
Isaac Asimov.
Oh, Isaac Asimov. Really?
Yeah! Let me rebuild!
That does look really interesting. Well, I mean, the problem is you're building everything out of glitter. I mean, it's gonna fall apart.
Now this is a good show.
Hmm.
So he's the same guy,
Hmm.
just different. Like I'm guessing internal versus external.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, the concept of Severance is that they created this this new system to where they would plant this chip into your brain, and every time you went to work, your memories are separated. So one part of him, he is at work all the time, and then his other part of him, he never experiences work at all.
Interesting.
I want that every day.
Right?
God,
Well, this
those
show,
are both really good.
yeah, the show explores that concept, which is pretty interesting, and I would highly recommend it if no one's seen it.
How does one get Apple TV? Is it just like Netflix? You just sign up and it's
Yeah.
yours?
I will say one point to Apple TV is it's only $5 a month, so it is cheap. But yeah, you just go on to Apple TV or AppleTVPlus.com, and then you just sign up and you can watch these shows.
And
Yeah,
it's
they have a lot of
available,
good
like,
shows.
can you like get it on Roku?
I think
There's
so.
an app on Roku
I think so.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
and
Yeah.
Amazon and stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, you should.
Because I keep hearing and people keep recommending shows
On
on Apple
Apple.
TV.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They have a lot of good shows. Really, a lot of good shows on there and
They do.
movies.
They do.
And Apple is always so like proprietary, you know?
Yeah.
Like so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you must like you probably like have to have like an iPhone account or something, like an Apple account. in
Thankfully
order to-
not. You do have to create an Apple ID or whatever with a sign up, but that's just part of the app, like it would be with Netflix. It's
Yeah.
It's just an account to. Yeah. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, the reason why I put these two shows together is because they are both sci-fis and they are both on Apple TV, and I do find both of them very compelling visually and musically as well too.
If only Finch had an intro, but it's not.
I haven't
TV.
seen that yet.
Oh,
Just a
Oh.
movie.
Yeah.
I know. I wish it had an intro.
Hmm.
But oh well. Because Finch is sci-fi too.
Yeah. Anna, let's start with your thoughts.
I love Severance, period.
There you go. There's your answer.
No, I like it. No, I do. It's I
No,
guess
that's good.
we've been watching many westerns lately, and I wanted something different to watch.
Mhm.
I think that by watching the trailer got me interested in watching the show because I wanted to understand what that was all about because it felt like a nightmare.
Mhm.
It's funny because it's like when now that you said that their memories, the experience don't ever meet.
Mhm.
it's very it's supposed to make sense, but it's very sorry. It's supposed to make sense, but it's chaotic.
Hmm.
And the trailer, not the trailer, the intro made it look like a nightmare.
Hmm.
The character is kind of lost, kind of sliding here and there, falling from from room to room. The music makes it creepy. It's a nice song, but it makes the intro very creepy.
Hmm.
And yeah, I like that. I'm interested in that. What I told Adrian when we first watched this intros was that, I mean, the intro for Foundation is beautiful, like visually very rich. The music is epic and glorious, and but it felt to me like, if you don't know what the show is about,
Hmm.
it felt like a collection of Windows screensavers. And
You know,
yeah,
it kind of reminds me the concept of Schwanzi. Am I a man dreaming he's a butterfly, or a butterfly dreaming that he's a man?
Hmm.
It feels like these two like diametric aspects of one's life,
Hmm.
right? That have no memory of the other one. You know, who's the real person here?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jerry? Oh, he's really
They're
thinking.
both visually appealing,
Mhm.
but Severance kind of looks more. It pulled me in more than Foundation.
Mm.
Um, the way it's trying to tell through the intro, this person is going through his troubles, his travels and stuff. You just kind of get pulled into what is going on.
Mhm.
Foundation, it's kind of like a epic looking show with factions and sci-fi happening, and maybe some rebellion happening. I'm not sure if you just watch the intro. But it looks really cool looking, and it does kind of pull me into what the show is about.
Mhm.
And how epic the music it sounds, and all the people's names that pop up, and Isaac Asimov is part of, it's based on that book or series. Kind of like, oh, okay, so you kind of get an idea that, oh, could be interesting. And yeah, so both are pretty good. So yeah, that's kind of what I got.
Mhm. Eric
So,
or
oh,
Nate?
yeah, actually, I was just kind of commenting on this. My opinions, though,
Mhm.
Foundation for me was more visually stimulating.
Mhm.
Visually, um, Severance is definitely telling a story in its
Mhm.
opening sequence, which drew me in. I'm like, oh, interesting. You know, you can kind of piece together what's sort of going on.
Yeah.
You know, there's elements there. You can kind of draw your own conclusions. Whereas Foundation, you know, there's some like sci-fi elements that are there. You're not quite sure what's going on until you realize that, oh, it's the Foundation by Isaac Asimov, which all of a
Mhm.
sudden brings a lot of weight
Mhm.
and a lot of influence. So you're like, okay, I think I can see where this is going with this show is going to be about. But as far as in terms of music, I thought they were both the same.
Mhm.
Um, but the actually, well, Severance kind of seemed more like almost like Mission Impossible kind of
What?
thing,
Mission
Okay.
like
Impossible.
like a spy thriller kind of thing, like the music, right?
Oh,
Kind of
sure.
had that like spy kind of theme
Mhm.
to it. Whereas Jerry said that, you know, I agree, the Foundation seemed more epic.
Mhm.
In terms of telling a story and letting you know what the kind of show it is, I think Severance is the better for opening because of it.
Mhm.
But honestly, the Foundation drew me in more than Severance did. Like, if I had to pick which one I was going to watch first, it would be the Foundation. Not having seen either,
Mm,
just because of all the things that came with it,
sure.
knowing who Isaac Asimov is, and the Foundation being one of his biggest novels, and the sci-fi and the epicness and the visuals, and like very cool. So I'd be way more excited to watch that.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what it's about.
Yep. Eric, how about you?
So Foundation, it's
Mhm.
pretty neat with all the colors and everything. How the sci-fi works.
Mhm.
I mean, visually it looks really, really, really good.
Mhm.
So the word like foundation, like how it works, like you're building all from scratch. With that's why it's called Foundation, which is really nice.
Mhm.
And then Severance, of course, it's like, what does Severance mean at first? Because for my thought, it's like, oh, it's like just a little office job to me. Nope.
Mhm.
When I look at it, I was like, what is this now? It's so mysterious and so weird and everything. It's
Mhm.
like wondering, it's like that's why Severance is like you get cut off from half of it. Like you
Mhm.
said, it's your job, you don't forget it. So they cut you off from that and make you live life on the other normal life without the job, make you feel better, I guess, or something like that. So you don't feel like
Mhm.
stressed out or drought or whatever like that. What people always in office job dreading, like, ooh, I'm tired, I'm stressed out, I'm gonna die, or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's the plot for it, right, Adrian?
You pretty much have it. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. But for me, I like the Foundation better because visually it looks really nice and the music looks nice too.
Mm.
I love it
Wow.
when music looks nice.
You gotta see the music in that show.
All right. If nobody has anything else, let's jump to votes. I'm very interested to see where this one comes in.
Which one is the better?
Hmm. Okay. Eric? I'm sorry, Eric, but you lost, as it seems everybody has chosen Severance.
I mean, I'm super on the fence about it, but I have
Mhm.
to agree it is a better intro
Mhm.
than Foundation is. But I'm not gonna lie, the Foundation drew me in more than Severance did. But
Yeah,
trying to be objective, I think Severance is the better.
for sure.
They're
Yeah.
both good, yeah.
Yeah, they're both good. That's
But
the thing.
definitely highly considering
So much
getting an
mysterious
Apple
on
TV
Severance.
subscription and watching
Yeah.
Foundation
Mhm.
first.
Yeah.
It's good. I watched it all the way through. I'd recommend it. It's pretty good.
Slow, right?
It is slow. It is slow,
Yeah.
but visually, all the way through, it is very
Mhm.
pretty to look at.
Oh, the first episode in the middle. Oh my god, it changed everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, on to the next one. Oops.
So
Batman
after this,
and Batman.
we'll be halfway through checking in
Yes.
with Anna. Getting pretty late over there.
It
Yeah.
is.
How are you doing, Anna?
I'll do one more and then I'll go.
Well, hold on. I wanna ask you about that, Anna, because the two shows that we just recently watched together.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would help me in explaining it very well, coming
Okay.
off of them. So, do we want to just
Are they
skip
the
to
next
those
ones?
two? No, but we can
Mhm.
skip to those, and then you can take off if you want to do that. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, good, because I need help in explaining why we think both of these. Okay, so we're skipping down to I'll just give a little disclaimer for this. So the first one we're going to watch is called Yellowstone, which is
That show.
a show that Anna and I just discovered, and we just binged all 4 seasons. And then we found out that there was a prequel show called
Prequel,
1883,
Mm-hmm.
Great.
and we watched
Yeah.
that as well.
I know
And
of it. I know
How
of
did
it.
you?
It's fantastic.
How did you gain access to Yellowstone? Where did you watch it through?
Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Did
is?
you have to?
It's a
You have to get a
subscription.
subscription?
Yeah.
Is this
it's a
being recorded?
subscription. Yes. Why?
Okay, so tell them.
Yes.
You should not tell them how you got it.
What do you mean?
Put it in
Peacock?
the chat.
He's
Daniel,
a peacock.
is it okay? Is it okay to
No.
share?
No.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
No.
Were you a naughty boy?
No. Just
Not
say
me.
Peacock.
No, I got it.
Downloaded it in the
No,
black market.
no, I watched. I made a subscription to Peacock. I don't know
Yeah,
what's.
he said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said Peacock.
Yeah, I made a
streaming, by the
subscription to
way, so
Peacock.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You missed
Anna.
I said that. Okay.
Yeah, Anna.
But anyway,
Sorry.
if you never
Yeah,
seen this,
sure. Okay. Peacock. We got it.
Yeah, if you never seen
No,
this show,
I
it
can't.
is.
The issue I think it was about how the way you share it with me.
Oh
Peacock.
no, that's not illegal. or
That's
anything.
not an issue.
No. Basically, I
Okay.
just give Anna my password and we watch it at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, just
that's
don't
all.
stream it.
Yeah.
Everybody
Just
does that with
don't stream it.
Netflix.
Yeah.
There's also an issue with VPN, but yeah.
VPN's not
Yeah,
illegal
Netflix-
either.
Netflix is kind of cracking down on that.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
heard about that.
Yeah.
They're doing that because they're losing
Yeah.
money. So
Well, that's why that's called a share party thing,
yeah.
where everyone can watch it
Watch
as a
parties.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch party.
But anyway, one other point I want to say about these shows is that they are created by a guy named Taylor Sheridan, and if you don't know who that is the writer for the movie Sicario. He wrote the story
Yes.
for Sicario, and if you love Sicario, you will love Yellowstone. So
True.
just letting you know about that.
I haven't heard of Sicario.
You never seen Sicario?
You've
Never
never
heard
seen
of it.
Sicario?
Never heard of it.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, Jerry, you've seen
Really?
you
Sicario,
gotta
right?
watch it. You
Sicario?
gotta watch it. It's
The
so
movie.
good. Yes.
That was a yes, Jerry.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah,
It's like,
you like
I don't know
Sicario,
what the fuck
right?
you're talking about. No, I don't.
yeah, I like the first one.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah.
anyway, these I'm jumping down to Yellowstone right here, and we'll watch that one first, and then we'll show you the prequel shows intro.
18 something.
1883. Yeah.
1883.
That's not
I
on your
think-
list.
No, for whatever reason, I couldn't find it on YouTube, but I could find it on Vimeo. I don't know why nobody put it out on YouTube.
Ooh.
1883.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you have an odd number here.
Yep. So
Okay.
let's.
Added shows
No, it is on.
Lost
It's on.
Locals.
It is on there.
And-
Paramount.
It's the mystery show.
Right.
It's Paramount. I could show. I could link it to you.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Oops, I just forgot to share. Okay, here we go. Sharing. Okay, here we go. This is Yellowstone.
Yellow.
That's super yellow. Dances with Wolves? What?
Yeah.
Kinda.
With oil. Windmills. Industry.
Oil. Is that fracking?
Yeah. So that's so powerful.
Taylor Sheridan.
Who's that person?
Oh, wait.
So
No, I'm thinking Ty Sheridan.
yeah, no, not him, not him. All right, so that's Yellowstone. Here's 1883.
Ah, too loud, too loud,
It's so great.
too loud.
It's so great. Where'd all the yellow go?
I know.
Oh, interesting.
Red Dead Redemption 2? Oregon Trail. Yeah.
So yeah, let's do stop sharing.
Stop flickering. Hurting my eyes.
Anna, do you want to give your
No,
thoughts? Go,
I'm
go
not crying. You're
on. We will say that for this show,
crying. Oh,
both
man.
both Anna and I did not have a dry eye,
No,
like at
it's
all.
yeah,
For
and it's
which
only
one?
10 episodes for 1883, and it's only 10 episodes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could.
We endured 40 episodes of Yellowstone. There were some very harsh moments, but with 1883, I remember asking Adrian, when does it get better? When does
Mhm.
it get easier for the characters? Because it's hard to watch.
Mhm.
But it's beautiful.
Mhm.
It's really beautiful. And there's this part of American history I didn't know about, which was the pioneers going through the Oregon Trail. That was it's for people who don't know that bit of American history, it is also interesting to watch too.
Mhm.
But it's so freaking sad. But at the same time, it's so beautiful. You want to see the end of it. You want to watch it. It's really, really beautiful.
She never
It's
played
so
the Oregon Trail.
No.
What? You need to play that. That tells about the history of the
Based-
1883.
Based on the openings,
Mhm.
none of that came through.
Mhm.
The monochromatic was interesting.
Mhm.
Obviously Yellowstone being yellow, I get it.
Um,
1883 being in black and white, get it.
Mhm.
One thing I didn't like more about 1883 is it kind of looked like the old Western photos, like I wouldn't like picture Billy the Kid would not have been out of place,
Right.
right? So that was kind of cool that they pulled that off. So I get that 1883 is obviously in the past. It's a Western.
yes,
Mhm.
Yellowstone,
it's current of that.
it
Mhm.
does look like it's current because of the cranes and the oil and the fracking.
Mhm.
And then also knowing, Yellowstone's out, I'm guessing near or in the national park.
It's like right on the. I think it's like right on the border of the actual park and might go into it a little bit. I can't remember how.
And
how
I
they
know
convey that.
It can't be in the Yellowstone Park because
I
it's already
know
preserved. So
Yeah.
that just from a little bit of exposure, because I've had people recommend, and kind of tell me what it's about. So obviously there, it's a land rights kind of issue. Like I
Mhm.
know that that's involved.
mhm.
And that 1883 being a prequel is about the predecessors to that land.
Yes.
I don't know if
Mhm.
they're related or not, but
They
or
are.
if it's like
They are.
or even if it's the founding of that, or who knows? I don't know
Sure.
that much.
Sure.
I didn't get any of that from. That's only what people have told me.
Mhm.
I think 1883 was better only because the additional seeing the actors, the
Mhm.
players of the show, and it was definitely both set a tone.
Mhm.
And obviously, I know there's in Yellowstone, just purely based off the opening credits, seeing the conflict between the natural beauty of the land versus the destruction of the land. Obviously,
Mhm.
going to be a major theme in the show. And that's so good for the opening credits. Like, obviously, established that as a theme.
Mhm.
So, not having ever seen it before, I picked up on that. 1883, definitely same feel. I could feel like that the two are related.
Mhm.
So actually, Yellowstone, like I kind of just based off the opening credits, like I can tell you what it would be about.
Mhm.
It's probably about someone who owns land, and then outside forces trying to get oil, right? And the conflict
Capitalism
that
try to
occurs
buy.
between that. Yeah,
Mhm,
Corporations want land
1883
for
is
oil.
like the beginning of that.
mhm.
So
We want your land.
I think Yellowstone's probably the better one.
Mm,
It's more informative, I
Mhm.
think, in terms of themes.
mhm.
Yeah, the opening tells Yellowstone like what's happening with this
What to expect,
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Compare the 1883. It's like this is the past. If
Mhm.
I think you have to watch Yellowstone first, anyways, to understand the intro of the 1883. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Jerry?
that's, I mean,
Oh.
visually,
I think visually I like 1883 better.
yeah.
I don't like the yellow stain P.
Did they play the same music? I'm pretty sure they did.
Yep. Or no.
It's very similar. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very similar.
Yellowstone's music and 1883's are very different. When you
Just
actually hear them next to each other,
Definitely.
yeah, 1883 is much more grander. It in tone. Like when you hear it, it's just like blah, and it's
yeah, you
like,
put it so loud. It's like oh.
yeah.
Yeah, for Yellowstone's music is very somber and kind of dark. 1883's music is more emotional.
Like showing you
Gets
this
you-
is
it
the
gets you
untamed land. Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
It
And
does
I like
crack me up.
Nate mentioned the pictures of the characters in costume,
Mhm.
making it look like old timey in the intro. For me, that was what got me so because it was that was the touch that the intro for Yellowstone didn't have and maybe was missing.
Mhm.
You know?
It did crack me up seeing Tim McGraw, and then it was like, and Faith Hill, and I'm like, that's funny.
Exactly, and I
And
was
this
like,
is
yeah. Go
this
ahead.
is a surprising thing. I didn't know that Tim McGraw could act.
He's been in
And
a
when you
couple
And
of
he can.
and he can
Ah,
he
who's that?
it's a Wild Will.
It's a wild will.
But yeah, his performance in the show is very captivating. Like you
And Faith
saw
Hill's
hers too, yeah. Like when I mean you just saw just now with Anna how like as soon as we watched 1883 she was already like, I'm not crying, you're crying. It's because what she knows what happens in the show and everything about it it immediately brings back the flashbacks of everything me and her just saw and it's like, oh fuck. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
But yeah.
he was also in Yellowstone. Interesting.
Yeah, in the fourth season, they introduce their characters, both their characters
Okay.
in a flashback.
Yeah, that's. I think it's okay to. It's not a spoiler to say what happens in 1883. So, in 1883, there's this family, and the patriarch of the family, his name is James Dutton, and he travels through the Oregon Trail, and he wants to find land, and start a ranch somewhere, and he ends up in Montana.
Mhm.
Cut to Yellowstone. The ranch is established. It's called the Dutton Ranch, the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch, founded by James Dutton, and it's now ran by John Dutton, played by Kevin Costner.
Mhm.
So when you see Tim McGraw or James Dutton in Yellowstone, is in the form of a flashback back to when he was alive and he was starting the ranch.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
And you see him on a couple of occasions, and it's really nice because it's you get curious, and it's a hook to 1883, of course,
It
because
was.
you get curious. It's like, who is this guy, and how did it all start? So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Is 1883 a limited series?
I
Yeah.
believe so. Yeah. The story does essentially end. I think there's talks that they were wanting to make a sequel to it.
Oh, if they do it, they're gonna ruin it because it has to end the way it did.
Don't ruin it.
There is,
Yeah, don't
however,
spoil it. God.
another prequel series in production for Yellowstone called 1923 that stars Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren.
Oh.
And I'm
Prequel
really
sequel.
excited for that one. Yeah, a prequel sequel.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Prequel sequel.
Yeah, right.
It's a mequel.
It's a mequel. There we go.
If that one comes out, can you watch 1883 first, then the Yellowstone?
I
Can that work?
mean, to be fair, I think you could just jump into 1883 without watching Yellowstone.
Yeah,
But
watch the
no.
beginning. Oh,
No,
No?
you gotta understand. No, first you gotta understand why the ranch, why the Yellowstone Dun Ranch is important.
that's the fun
Yeah,
part.
I
You
guess
don't
that's
know.
true.
Yeah, you gotta understand why it's big, why it's important, and why it's important for Kevin Costner to fight for it.
That's true. That's true.
And
I would
then-
say watching Yellowstone carries more
Yeah.
emotional weight going into 1883.
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah.
I hate that. It goes. You have to watch the prequel.
So you gotta watch 40 episodes
Uh,
first of Yellowstone, then
I don't
10
have time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already have my own shows too.
But I will say this though. I mean, I'm very like I got emotional talking about 1883, but Yellowstone is fucking good too.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. So let's put in some votes.
So the tally is 1883 wins.
Wow.
Was there a vote for Yellowstone?
Yep.
Yeah, I voted for Yellowstone.
Nate voted for Yellowstone.
Mellow yellow.
I mean, I just thought
Alright.
in the end it was more informative than 1883 was.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
why I
the
voted
yeah
for
the
it.
story
fair-
pacing
that's a-
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
So Anna has requested one more out of order before she goes, so we're going to do those two next.
Okay.
Was Watson? I don't even think Watson was in.
No, he wasn't.
He
It
was-
was his brother.
Mycroft.
It was his
It
brother.
was Mycroft.
That was
yeah,
Mycroft,
and
yeah.
Charles.
Mycroft was kind of the villain of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, GI Joe.
No.
GI Joe and Thundercats.
Woo!
Come on, compare those two.
G.I. Joe and He-Man.
Oh yeah, He-Man too.
Oh, Johnny.
I have the
Oh,
power.
What was this music video? Can you sing the lyrics?
G.I.
And I
Joe.
said, hey,
There we go.
That one. That one.
What's going on?
Oh, I think I would have enjoyed He-Man more if that was the actual intro. All right. Here we go
Yeah,
for
one
Anna.
more.
Here's one more for Anna. Oops. I need a.
Oh yeah, it's
Full
the
screen.
Stargate.
No, we're skipping that one because she requested a different pair.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Black balls? Oh.
Nope, this one wins. I don't care what it's being compared against. Oh,
What-
it's that one.
What is this?
This is a show I'm trying to get rid of, too. Kind of got some Westworld vibes, doesn't it?
Ah!
Not saying ah, you're saying ah.
Ah! Ah! Oh, Black Sail.
What gave it away? Was it the black sail or the name?
No,
Short and sweet.
Hmm
Mhm.
Mhm.
So this
Oh.
one.
Oh, this is pretty challenging.
hmm
They
Both
Right off
tell
the
a
bat.
seafaring,
story.
both seafaring stories, both great music,
Different
great
eras.
visuals. Yep. Mhm.
Ugh.
The only thing that kept Vikings interesting for me, the
Mhm.
opening sequence, was the opening theme song.
Mhm.
Beyond that, the imagery was interesting at first,
Mhm.
but by the end, it was kind of blah.
Hmm.
It just didn't really. And that's the one thing that I loved about Black Sails is like every time there's so much detail in that ship.
Oh yeah,
Every time I saw something new,
right. The miniatures,
you know,
the
yeah,
marble, all of it. Yeah, it was very visually appealing.
gorgeous. And probably one of the best pirate themed like instrumentals that I've ever heard.
And that's what I love about the music too, is because that drumming right there, that kind of reminisces the sound of like the rowers in a boat. It's like row, row,
Hmm.
row. You know, it's so cool.
I definitely went and looked up the Vikings intro song though, like the actual
Mhm.
full song shortly after, you know, the series and
Mhm.
just I love that song so much. There's such an ominous feeling
Mhm.
of unease and intensity and savagery
Mhm.
and just raw emotion, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Black Sails is like just a really cool, fun pirate song that I love, but
Yeah.
not, but the detail though,
I
that's the
know.
thing for me. It's the, it's a package, it's a full package. Whereas Vikings falls a little bit short.
Mhm.
It doesn't have the longevity.
Mhm.
Well, it's like Vikings. Like you already know about Vikings. You know what's going on.
Mhm.
It's like they're already rating something already. It looks like in that intro. It's like it's already. It's like things already happening. Oh no, people dying, pillaging, raids. Compare to the pirate Black Sails. It's like is there like what they're fighting against? Who? I forgot who.
They
The
do the same
cops.
thing. I mean, Vikings technically are pirates as well, so they're kind of the same. I
But
mean,
pirates
different
have
eras and
class. They have
different.
class though.
Yeah.
Vikings just go. They're like what is it called? Genghis Khan style.
Barbarian,
Yeah,
barbaric.
barbarian style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just go at it, take everything.
Anna?
Jerry?
Jerry.
So Vikings intro
Mhm.
is short, pretty short, so that's good.
Mhm.
But it was too chaotic visually.
Mhm.
Music is pretty good. But like watching that, just I don't know. It was just too much happening, I guess.
Mhm.
Black Cells, the way it kind of shows itself is, yeah, you know what you're getting into. It's a bunch of pirates, and the music's kind of scoring through the intro, and you're kind of getting into the beat of the notes, and like it's very detailed, like what Nate said. It's like you can see things, like all these characters, all these display that's happening on there. It's just like visually appetizing, like it looks really good.
Mhm.
Kind of long, but it's an intro, so but yeah, that's my take on those two.
Anna?
I'm gonna lose this one. I know. No, I do think that the intro to Black Sails is really beautiful. The detail and the sculpture is really nice. It depicts pretty much all sorts of situations pirates would go through and the struggles and the rage, and the music makes it's the perfect marriage because the music adds to that rage that you see in the images.
Mhm.
It's violent, It's brutal. It's rough. But for me, I have I have a I have an emotional connection with the song to Vikings because I'm a huge fan of the recording artist. Um, but
The full
apart
song is
from that,
better than the
huh?
show. Like, when you listen to the full song, it's even better.
Exactly. And what you said, and when you said it, it was the song is rough, and it's you feel you feel the rage in the song. It's there's history behind it. So her name is Fever Ray, and before Fever Ray became Fever Ray, she was in a band called, her name is Karen Drecker, and she was in a band called The Knife, and she was in a band with her husband and her brother. And then she got pregnant. And when she got pregnant and she had to stay home, they left her and went touring the world. And that's when she became Fever Ray, and she was very angry when it all happened. And then she wrote this album, and the song to Vikings is in it. So and it also and you can see her style and her singing voice and the way she, if you listen to more of her songs, you will notice that anger in it too, the anger and the sadness of the whole situation. Um, but apart from that, the way the song suits into the opening sequence, it's because for me, it's dark, it's rough, and the imagery in the intro, whereas the imagery in the Black Sails intro is more literal and more to do with their lifestyle. The imagery in the intro for Vikings is more to do, it's dark, it's rough, and it's violent, and it's more to do with the mythology, the fact that the Vikings were known for being essentially, violent pillagers, and they would go anywhere they went. It never ended peacefully. There was always a lot of blood and a lot of death involved. And they took death was simply part of life. I mean, they knew that every time they went on another expedition, somebody was going to die, and it's not that they were okay with it. They just, well, they were okay with it because it was, I know that I might not come back, and that's okay. It's my life. It's my destiny. It's my fate. So I think that adds to the roughness of the intro, and the song just made it perfect. Gave it that hard, dark feel to it. Yeah.
All right. Any other closing thoughts or straight to voting?
I think to make a case, I think Vikings had the better song, but it wasn't the full package that Black Flags is.
Tails, but yeah.
Yeah, Black Sails. Sorry, Black Sails.
Did you say black package?
Not flags. I said flags.
Oh.
Black Sails, not as great of a song. Still a good song. Still a great song, but it's kind of a full package. Those are my closing thoughts.
All right. Cast your votes.
Ugh, this is too much. I don't know what
So
to
much
choose.
pressure. Just cause.
I go for this or for that.
I never did finish it
I
though.
chose.
Oh, Anna and I did.
No.
It's got I would say it's got a pretty good resolution, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because it kind of it sets the stage, because we know it's a prequel to Treasure Island. It actually
Right.
sets up Treasure Island pretty well.
How far along did you go? Do you remember?
There's like a season left, but it's been so long that I would have to watch it from
Do
the
you
beginning.
remember what happened do you remember what happened with the captain? Why he became a pirate?
I remember him.
Did you remember seeing that back when he was in London? What
There was
happened
like
to
a
him in
love interest there. I remember that,
Yeah.
and I think betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's been so long. But I remember I was like, oh, Oh, really? It was
Exactly.
kind of that moment. I did not see that coming.
Right? I remember that too. I was like, wait, what? Huh? I thought
Yeah.
it, wait, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I
I
thought,
thought it was yeah.
huh?
All
Yeah.
right, Anna, I sided with you on this one, but we both lost. It went to Black Sails.
I knew it. I knew it.
They're both good. It's hard.
They're
It's
both
really
good,
hard to
yeah.
choose. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was purely
Yeah.
on music alone,
Yeah.
I would have had it.
Yeah.
But
Visually, Black Souls looks really,
I think-
really top
I think
quality.
it was.
It is
Every-
very
I
rich.
can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see myself watch, and I did every
Mhm.
time. It was always interesting to watch.
I never
I
skipped it.
always saw
Yeah.
something new. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
It was one of those theme songs that got me in the mood for the show. It was like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
here we go. Let's go, pirates.
But if you like the song for Vikings, I recommend that you listen to her
Oh, I
to
totally did.
to her whole album.
Well, I didn't listen to
Who
the
is
whole
she?
album. But definitely.
Fever
Yeah, listen
Ray.
to the whole album. It's really good.
Who
She
is
definitely.
Fever Ray.
I can
Fever
see
Ray.
her almost
Fever?
getting into this like
Fever Ray.
Oh, Fever Ray.
Sorry, Nate.
like Sugar Ray, but
but with the
Fever.
fever.
temperature.
Yeah.
FEVR, right?
F. He spelled it out. How do you
It's,
spell it?
it's spelled the way fever is spelled.
Yeah,
FEVER.
Yeah.
Fever.
Oh, who is?
I got a fever.
And then if you want to listen to her band's album as well, so you can see the difference between what happened between divorce and being left out. The name of the band is The Knife. They do electronic music. It's really interesting, but I like Fever Ray's work
Oh,
better.
the knife. Yeah, I see it.
She definitely, I get the feeling she would be almost like just based solely off of the one song.
Hmm.
Like there'd be a lot of almost this like, how to explain it? Like a lot of vocalizations that seem like raw and
Mhm.
almost tribal, but not in the sense of like Native Americans tribal. Just like
No.
oh, like
Her voice is unique. You gotta, you
super.
All right, okay. I'm gonna go, but all right. So if you don't want to listen to the whole album, listen to one song called When I Grow Up. That's
right.
all.
When I grow up. Oh, there it is.
I'll
Okay.
cue it up. I'll
All
add
right.
it to Adrian's list.
Really? Does that it do?
All right, guys, I'm gonna go. It's almost
He doesn't
one.
know, but I've already hacked
Okay.
your account.
What?